This is the team that you need to learn if you're trying to climb last minute here in the Evolution Cup. Now, this team we're going over today is the standard team for the Evolution Cup. This doesn't mean that you have to play this team to climb, but this is a team that you do need to learn. You need to understand what it does, how to beat it, and why this is the standard team for the Evolution Cup. This team was heavily featured on the Go Battle Day stream from Niantic and the Pokemon Company themselves. So without further ado, let's get right into the battles. Alright, so getting right into these battles here. This team here is up on the side. We have Golbat in the lead, Vigoroth as always in that switch position, and Dragonair in the back. So we like to lead the Golbat here. Even against the Pokemon that hard counter it, we can at least get either a Shadow Ball pressure or some Poison Fang off. But here we're into Crocalor. Crocalor showing up a little bit more here near the end of the meta, as it has a good answer to the Dragonair there, even though the Aqua Tails, of course, will add up. But having that disarming voice and that crunch for everything else is pretty strong. So we're going to shield here, get this little farm down, but the quick switch out and Togetic comes in. So we're actually going to go for the bait here to see if we can get a shield on the Body Slam. And we do get the shield, so shields are even. However, the Dragonair in the back is actually looking a little bit scared of this team, switching out with energy on the Crocalor there, as well as Togetic. However, Togetic does run Steel Wing here and not the Fairy Wind, so a little less scary for the Dragonair, but still not the best position. So we are going to shield because we cannot quite farm that down with Dragonair, that Dragon Breath dealing resisted damage against the Togetic, but we get it to go down. Comes in with his own Vigoroth. Now, being down shields here is not the greatest position for a Dragonair to be in, but we do have some energy here. I do believe a Body Slam and a few more counters are going to knock out, and then he can bank the second Body Slam to hit in the back. But he throws a Rock Slide, which almost lets us get to that next move. But he still gets to the next Body Slam here, and we are going to go down there. That Togetic being a surprisingly good answer into our two back Pokemon. Leading Golbat into Primeape. Now, this is great for us. We can farm up. We don't even need to necessarily worry about Shadow Ball if we don't want. We're going to go straight for Poison Fang. We want to get that debuff going and start farming down a little bit quicker. Ice Punch will hurt, but not enough that we need to shield here. So we're going to let the first one go. And he doesn't throw, he goes for Night Slash and doesn't get the boost. So not super effective damage, not even stab damage. So we come out of there with a lot of HP and a bit of energy. Dragonair comes in. Now, Shadow Dragonair, these Poison Fangs are going to add up, and we get to 2 Poison Fangs. The second one will kill here with that debuff and the Shadow stat decrease there. Or not stat decrease, but extra damage increase. Coming in here, we're switching out. We have Dragonair coming in against Vigoroth. So at this point, we're going to just generally kind of double shield and farm down. This is going to be a fast attack game. We are throwing to pressure the shields just in case, but oh, he lets it go. This is going to be a fast attack winning game though. So we can farm down here with Dragon Breath. We have a move, we might as well throw it. His Dragonair comes in, and that might have been CMP because the Dragon Breath didn't snipe us to go through. However, it looks like perhaps the game just didn't register our opponent's Dragon Breath. Normally, those one-turn fast moves will go through before CMP, actually, so that should have killed us. But we still win. We have that Vigoroth in the back. GG's, trainer. We are 1-1 going right back into this battle. Vigoroth leads, so we don't necessarily want to be hit by a Rock Slide. However, the counter's dealing double resisted damage with the Poison and Flying type, and we don't need to worry about Shadow Ball baiting because Shadow Ball is double resisted by the normal type. So we're actually going to be able to, no matter what the charge move is, let the first one go and be going straight for Poison Fangs here. He switches into a Charge Bug, so we're going to farm all the way up to Shadow Ball and then throw the Poison Fang. Either way, we don't get the shield, but we get the debuff, so that helps out Dragonair quite a bit, being able to now farm this down a little bit safer. Throwing the X-Scissor, now it does do a lot of damage, so instead of trying to worry about shielding and taking another X-Scissor, we're going to start pressuring his shields with our Body Slams. And actually, our opponent does throw a shield, so we're going to match. I wasn't expecting the shield to come out there, but we're able to match, and because of that debuff, we get to charge all the way down with that Dragon Breath and have a move ready for the Dragonair here. And that does so much damage. I believe both our opponent's Pokemon are pretty low at this point, So coming in with Vigoroth, we have to shield either a Body Slam from this or a Body Slam from the opposing Vigoroth. So we're going to shield this one and farm down, keeping that HP here, because counters are what's going to do a lot of damage. Body Slam, you know, it still hurts, but if we can shield that Dragonair just to do that little bit of damage and then get the counter down. Now, if your game ever freezes like that at the end of a battle, that does mean, when you're throwing that charge move, that does mean that your opponent has top lefted. So, coming in, Golbat versus Golbat. Both of these are purified Golbats, not running return. This just happens to be the Golbat I have, but you could, in theory, run a return Golbat. It wouldn't be the worst, so always keep that potentially in mind. So we're charging up to the Shadow Ball. We're throwing Poison Fang. We're going to let this go. We went for the bait. Our opponent does not go for the bait, so we've been hit by one Shadow Ball. We are going to shield even if it's Poison Fang, but since we've already landed the debuff, our Shadow Ball is going to pressure a little more, and I believe we got the first shield already down as well. So that's 2 shield down in the Golbat Mirror matchup here, and he's got that 1-stage debuff from the Poison Fang. So coming in with our Dragonair, not enough energy for it to be Shadow Ball, so we're able to just let that first one go and farm all the way down, and we are in a pretty good looking position here. And that Hakamo comes in. I haven't seen one of these in a while. It is a good Pokemon for this meta. I do think Dragonair is just a little bit better because Dragon Breath is kind of busted, but throwing that Brick Break, super effective damage. That fighting type may or may not help depending on what matchup you're in. I feel like in general, you probably don't want to be taking that super effective damage from flying types. So here, this is a mistake actually. So I'm attempting to get to double Body Slam, but we're actually going to be 1 turn short there. You see the energy is just coming through, but we're not able to CMP. So being 1 turn short to get to that second Body Slam, so we definitely should have just gone for Rock Slide, and we lose the game because of that. However, we should have won, so that was my bad. So we're now 2-2. Now we have a Magmar. Switches immediately into Dragonair. Now we're going to play this out as if this is just Dragonair in the lead. We don't need to switch here yet. We're going to be throwing this Poison Fang, and he lets it through. So with that defense drop here, we're going to get to the second one. Now we might be able to let this go. I don't know if it's exactly going to KO, and it leaves us up. So we're thinking now we should have left that without throwing the move. It wasn't totally counting as well as we could have. And our opponent just top lefts right there, coming with Dragonair for the farm down. So being able to overrun with that Poison Fang debuff. So that's it. That's how the team works. We lead Golbat, get some Poison Fang debuffs going, and then farm down to grab that energy advantage on either the Dragonair or the Vigoroth. Just whichever one looks better depending on their lead. So are you climbing in the Evolution Cup? Let me know if you like this cup down in the comments or not. And thank you all for watching, and I will see you next time.